might bring out the old year with the channel theme. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, everybody. I am Leonard French, your favorite copyright attorney. This is Lawful Masses, your favorite legal education YouTube and soon-to-be Floatplane channel. We're really proud of that one.
Hello.
Welcome, everybody. Let's say hi to our chatters here. Welcome to Madison Parker DeRost. Welcome to Quasarain. Welcome to Cerulean. Hey, Cerulean, Merry 2020. Welcome to Lamron Jr. and Busted Wallet Garage and Ziva Knight and Mad Lass. Saijin, welcome. CJ, how's it going? I'm seeing the old names here from our longtime fans and viewers. Welcome. Do I need to adjust my mic? I might need to adjust my mic. Mic gain. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Cheap junk. I once knew a Polish audio engineer. And a check 1 2. Keep scrolling back up. Let's see, James Lovejoy and Happy Little Rat and Clansome and Metal Throne Malk and James Lovejoy and Inukun 2008. Wow, all these new names. So nice to see you all. Welcome. I am Leonard French, your favorite copyright attorney, and we are here to just celebrate with you. We don't actually have like a big giant law story planned or anything. Just thought we would hang out with you. What?
Sorry, I guess the music's too loud, maybe?
Music's out.
Oh.
Music's
okay.
off.
Fair enough.
So, yeah, and I was carefully watching the peaking of the audio. So the audio was at about -10. And, yeah, that could be a little bit loud, I'm sure. Let's see here. Compressor, ratio, gain, attack, release here. Let's have another 2 dB of gain here on my signal. That's up, that's down. There we go. All right.
Sorry, I interrupted your intro. That was my bad.
That's okay. I just want to make sure that we've got the right. Yeah, we should be good with the gain now. So if you set yourself to this level, you shouldn't experience too many loud sounds and things, unexpected loud sounds. Let me adjust my mic so I am not in frame there. Let me check focus peaking. Am I in focus? I'm sort of in focus. There we go. That's probably fine. All right. This is really cool. So welcome, everybody. We've also got Kaylee here on the knitting cam, so you can check out Kaylee's progress. Maybe here's what I'll do. Let's copy this and then paste it as a reference into here. And then we'll make a knitting cam up here in the corner for you to check out while we stream. Haha, there we go. Should it be in that corner or the other corner? Put it in this corner because there's really nothing interesting in that corner. But like there could be cats over here or something. I don't know. So welcome, everybody. Thanks for making this a great year for everyone. It has been a great year here at Lawful Masses. Here's where we would break into some great montage of all of our wonderful videos, but we are a skeleton crew, and so we don't always have the ability to do everything that we want. I don't, for example, have my third screen here, so I'm trying to manage with just the ones that I have here. Let's see. Dual streaming. Crystal Dawn doing well. Thanks you. Knitting cam. Yes. It is knitting, not crochet, right? And it's just double knitting or double knitting. She's double knitting. It's different on both. The colors reverse on both sides, so you get a negative of the positive on the other side. And she is knitting some kind of rebel scarf, I think. So let's see what we can go over today. Am I logged in here? I am logged in. Let's go to our videos for the past year. And let's see, I wanted to paste this reference here as well. And then we can put this in a corner someplace too, so you can keep an eye on the knitting. All right, videos. Cool. No, that's not our videos. Library.
Ooh,
there we
that
go.
Looks good.
History. Okay, well, at least nothing. You see Fabio in there. Fabio's close encounter with a gate, or excuse me, no, with the bird, and the other man rams a gate. Where is our dashboard in here? Here, let me go.
We are professional YouTube.
We are professional YouTubers
creators
here who know where everything is on YouTube. Now that I moved it around. Seriously, you have to go to YouTube Studio to get it now. Okay, we'll just go to YouTube. There it is. I clicked on Channel Dashboard, and here's what we got. Okay, so now here is the videos, or not, YouTube.
No, those, yeah, I see Jimquisition in there. I think you click on your icon, you click My Channel. That'll be everything.
Yeah, we found it. So I'm gonna look for, let's see. Can we do this by date? Can I filter by date? No, I can't. Why can I not filter by date? Of course I cannot filter by date. Visibility would be good. Let's make sure that they're all public videos. Let's do that. And then I guess we're just gonna scroll down and try to view 50 per page. That's still not going to be enough. And go to maybe the first videos of the year. And we're just going to take a look at, remember what we did. Holy mackerel. This is going to be long. We're not going to be able to do this in an hour, are we? Holy mackerel.
Well, I heard you saying, I think you were joking, but I heard you saying, oh, we could do like a 3 or 4 hour stream on New Year's Eve. I'm pretty sure you were joking.
I was dead serious until it hit me today, like the exhaustion of the past 48 hours have been absolutely exhausting, but all very, very positive. We rented a car Sunday afternoon from the airport because that's one of the only places you can get a car around here. Then drove it back here and parked. Because we had to, well, I mean, we stopped at like shopping and stuff for like groceries and things. And then we drove it back here and parked and did our live stream and everything and had our evening. And then the next morning woke up real early and drove to the Efteling. Let me see if I can show you what the Efteling is. In case anyone's not familiar with it, the Efteling is a amusement park. It is a Dutch amusement park created by Anton Peck. Anton Peck, I think, is the name. Peak. Excuse me. Thank you. Anton Peak. And it is decorated for Christmas and has holiday events and winter themes and things, and it's very nice. It was very packed, and it's also 3.5 hours away. So we drove approximately 7 hours yesterday, 3.5 hours getting there. Spent the day at the park and then drove back last night after the water show, the water light show. And then I had to return the car early this morning because we haven't quite figured out how to properly pay for parking around here yet. So I just look at the signs and try to figure out when we don't have to pay for parking, and we've been taking our chances. And so I got up nice and early to make sure that we beat the 8 a.m. But whatever threshold for parking tickets, I guess, and just drove the car back, and then came back here, and then immediately rented another car. We have access to a car share here in Luxembourg, so we immediately rented another car because the first car wasn't big enough to go to IKEA, where we picked up this chair and this desk so that Kaylee can have her own desk and I can have my own desk and I can make mine the way I want, and she doesn't have to constantly disconnect my computer or move my lights around. I've got my Yongnuo stick lights here, and so oh, crap. I'm also turning one on. There we go. And then we got back from all of that, and Kaylee was very excited to put everything together. And the by the time, I don't know, but one of the times that I got back from doing something or other, the whole apartment was already in the middle of being rearranged. So it was point of no return at that point. And then it hit me round about, I don't know, 6 o'clock tonight, about 4 hours ago. It hit me. I'm exhausted. There's no way I can do a live stream tonight. And I have an appointment with Floatplane. So I took a nap. I took a 40-minute nap, and it worked. I feel a lot better, and I'm ready to be energetic for you here. And here's the problem. I really need to get this third screen going. Let's see. I demand 4 hours of the bus video. Yeah, right?
Yes, let's go. I'm ready.
That was the video that started this YouTube channel, believe it or not. No, I'm not going to play it, but you can go find it on our channel. Bus
Apparently it's
slowly
being
crushes.
recommended to people again.
Yeah, Bus slowly crushes. Well, it's every Christmas or every holiday season, and sometimes in the summer too. It gets bumped by YouTube, and suddenly we get 50,000 views or something on it. I think it's up to 2 million views now over its lifetime. It might be more than that.
2.1.
2.1. Wow, nice. So let's, I guess, take a look at some of these videos. I'm not going to watch the videos. We're just going to talk about them and what was fun about them. I really liked that the very first video of 2019 got demonetized. Also, fireworks, by the way. Those aren't bombs. Those are fireworks.
It's illegal in our community.
It's illegal, but, you know, they do it anyway. So this was the story of Elon Musk trying to get the Vernon Unsworth case dismissed before it had to go to a trial, which he would eventually win. And I, trying to use clickbaity titles, titled it Elon Musk Finally Fails. And it actually played for a little while before it was demonetized. And then we tried to have it remonetized, and it was confirmed by review demonetized. So thank you very much, YouTube. There was the Star Control case that I've just totally forgotten about now. I think they resolved it finally, but for a little while there, they were really fighting strong. Everybody who was involved with the Star Control purchase and licensing. I've often had the idea as an attorney that maybe it's better to work these things out, but these are human beings. Heck, I'm a human being and susceptible to the same sort of misbehavior or misunderstandings, or sometimes just an overreaction. And I think that's what happened is people got a little bit reactive before they thought about, you know, hey, we could all work together and make money here. I don't know if that's what they figured out. I don't know that we know the terms of the agreement, do we? But oh well.
I don't think so. I
welcome,
definitely
Tech.
remember doing the deep dive on it, and I definitely remember feeling that the original creators had a strong argument, given what they were trying to say for their contracts, that any right to the copyright of Star Control 1 and 2, I think, reverted back to them. But it was that was the weird case where they separated the trademark and the copyright for the game, and it just made a huge mess. What can you do with it now?
Yeah. I'm gonna pop out chat here. I'm trying to figure out how to do this on 2 screens. Can't believe I need 3 screens to do a YouTube channel. And I definitely have to zoom in, because that's going to make all of it zoom in, of course. Great. All right, that's fine. And then I don't need this screen anymore. Okay, back to Firefox, because we got to keep this moving along, right? We started doing daily videos on June 10th, so we actually have several hundred videos to go through. We're not. We're going to go through this quickly. So the Weather Channel ended up tracking your GPS data. Whatever happened with that one? I don't think, did we ever get a resolution to the Weather Channel loss?
I don't remember.
Or was that was an Attorney General thing, I think. I don't remember. Comcast was caught fabricating billing fees, and I think it was the Minnesota Attorney General just let them have it. How does this only have 9,000 views? Like, that was I thought that would be a really popular video. Maybe we just didn't clickbait it enough or something. That's going to be fun to see which ones have more views. Man Trapped in Bathroom has almost 30,000 views. That was a fun one. The guy got trapped in a
Burger King
bathroom and then sued them for like Burgers for Life or something, and they didn't want to give it to him. Or no, they originally gave him
reasonable
damages. Yeah, they
damages.
originally gave him Burgers for Life and then took it away.
But he like calculated, okay, 1 burger per week for so many years would come out to this amount of money. So it was for like a very justified amount in terms of damages. And
I would have just paid it.
Yeah.
I think they did.
Yeah, they'll quickly go over more in attorney's fees than just giving the man the amount.
Let's see. We went over furloughed workers. That was kind of popular. Bird scooters. Jeez. Yeah, so the scooter thing blew up, didn't it? Even I own a scooter back there someplace now. And I just think that's an interesting phenomenon that like rent an electric scooter and then leave it wherever you feel like you're done and just leave it, and somebody else will come along and use it. I don't know how I feel about that. This seems like scooter littering, and I think some cities have actually started impounding them and then charging Bird to get them back. The Edward Thomas Kennedy saga continued with a bench warrant. I think all about him. Did he get arrested for something? I forget. Yeah, Edward Thomas Kennedy was jailed. That's what the title is. Of course, it's not. I can't see my own title. Thank you, YouTube. Let's see. Star Wars monetization claims. What was this one about? I don't remember what this one is about. I should not have clicked that. Because now I'm not going to be able to get back to that page, or am I? Oh, the fan fiction production had been monetized. I forgot about that one. Yeah, can I even get back to that page? No, it's going to take me...
Yeah, I have it. It's Iowa Uncensored was where you were. So it was June 2019.
I'll do like open in new tab.
Yeah.
Happy New Year, Evan George. Oh, speaking of drinking bubbly, I should get some bubbly.
Yeah, I have a bottle of what is apparently on the bottle it says a rosé hard cider, but as far as I can tell, it's just like a sparkling wine in a bottle. I don't think it's cider at all. I think it's just sparkling wine.
Well, rosé hard cider is like a mix between the cider and the rosé, so that the bubbles are coming from the cider, but mostly it just tastes like a fruity wine.
Yeah, it's like wine. I mean, it tastes just like champagne, but like rosé champagne. Like, I can barely taste any cider at all in here.
Then there was the 9 Inches judge, the one who the clerk walked in and said, I forget what the question was, and his response was 9 inches.
She asked, "Can I ask you a question?" And he said, "Sure, 9 inches."
And of course,
it was a good joke.
It's a fun joke, but not in an office setting. Like, it's just inappropriate in an office setting, and it's just asking for trouble in, well, I don't mean to, like, call it the Me Too era, but if I say that, everybody knows what I'm talking about. So I'm not taking a position on it so much as saying, like, in the era of lots of attention being paid to harassment and things, to say that would then be just not appropriate.
Yeah, know your audience. Like, I know you guys, and you guys know what types of jokes I'll tolerate. So I mean, like, you folks can get away with joking with me.
Yeah.
A stranger.
Oh yeah.
No.
Well, I mean, so I make jokes that you wouldn't normally tolerate, right? But you know that I'm making them in good fun. Like, me and Technical have had this conversation in private before, which is like, sometimes I'll say things that are extremely politically incorrect as a joke, and I only feel comfortable saying them to Tack because she's a close friend, and I know that she probably won't stop talking to me because of it. I hope.
Also, a little bit of background inside stuff. Leonard, for like 6 months, made 9 Inches jokes.
Oh, dude, yeah. That was his go-to. Like,
now, to be fair, that's
channel,
a joke
you'd be like,
making fun of a joke. So
yeah, but whenever he entered the channel with you, you'd be like, "Oh, Leonard, can I ask you something?" He's like, 9 inches every time.
Hang on. We have a situation. What's going on?
Uh-oh.
Oh. I left the closet open, didn't I? See, I left the closet open, and now the cat won't come out of the closet. And when Kaylee tries to get the cat out of the closet, she gets clawed. Let's see. R. Kelly, Sovereign Citizen, was one of the more popular videos of January. That was the one that originated the I do not consent to this offer to contract or something like that line. That was fun. Let's see. Bar passage rates. Apparently, I had some commentary on bar passage rates. I don't even know what I would have been saying.
was it the less than 50% passing in California?
It might have been, yeah.
Yeah, that might have been the one. There was another one, too. I don't remember.
Oh, my goodness. And there was the chest bumping the guy who chest bumped the district attorney.
Oh, yeah, in the courtroom. And then they started talking about, like, the dueling law and stuff, like, in the 1800s. That was a weird one.
The NYPD threatened Waze with a lawsuit or charges or something for revealing officers' locations, because Waze would allow people to report where they had seen police cars on the highway. That means that they're doing something wrong. No, you quite literally have a free speech right to tell people where police officers are, and that's not illegal. The 2 milli Fortnite dance got denied copyright. I think I got interviewed about that. I think that was still in December when I got interviewed, and then 2 milli had applied for copyright and then it was denied. So that's what that was about. You can't copyright simple dance moves, even if you are really good at the dance move, and even if people know you for that dance move, you still can't copyright it. You have to copyright the choreography of like a longer piece, and there's a line there, and no, I can't tell you off the top of my head where it is. It requires a lot of research in your particular district too. The EU copyright directive passed, so that happened. We still don't know the impact of that because I believe the member states still have to implement it. I don't remember. Let's see. We started doing a bunch of lawyer misconduct things. I'll do new tab on this. See, there we go. I'm getting smarter every day.
Oh, yeah. Was that January 2019 when we started doing all the lawyer misconduct stuff?
Yeah. Let's see. Never call your judge names in official filings. Yeah, and we would have a lot of examples of this. Oh, this one also got confirmed demonetized. Boo. Sad. Different cat. Mean cat still in closet. There were 2 cats in the closet?
No.
Okay. I'm sorry, did you get the cat out, or
Yeah,
need
finally.
help with
She
that? I mean,
came
I'll
out by
sacrifice
herself.
myself. And then we got a case from the Supreme Court. I think it was Fourth Estate Public Benefit Corporation. Might have been a different one. I'll look at here. And that was where the justices said that copyright registration is required. Yep, Fourth Estate Public Benefit Corporation. You must register the copyright. You must not only register it, the registration must be approved or denied, but it must be acted upon before you can sue. And then there are limits on the fees. This was a really important one too. It used to be that if you won a copyright case, you got everything, you all your costs, all your fees, everything was paid for. Now you don't. It is limited only to the court costs and the attorney's fees and transcript fees, but not things like expert witness fees, investigation fees, and travel costs. Why I didn't include a link? Let's make a note to be better about including links to these things in our descriptions.
Yeah, I tried to fix it for yesterday's video. I tried to make sure that all the links that we mentioned were there.
Yeah.
We're doing better, I think, with
Then
that.
in March, there was a case that cited the Haas v. Klein case, the Matt Haas v. H3H3 case. That's really cool to see that the money they spent on that case is being used as a precedential case for copyright fair use.
Oh, that was so cool! Yeah, like it was completely unexpected too. We didn't see it on the first read through, and then we went into the video, and you were like, "Oh, Matt, Klein versus Haas. Here it
Yeah.
is." It was amazing.
Quintessential.
The quintessential fair use.
Quintessential. Is there an update on that,
Evan
by the
George
way?
asks about the Elderwood case. No news yet. We are still searching for trademark counsel willing to take on the trademark, or at least advise us that it's a bad idea or something. We are saving the money in the escrow account, and we will have news. It's the holiday is the problem with the timing. We did that thing like right before the Christmas holiday, and then no, we did not get any responses from anybody over the Christmas holiday, which is totally expected. We did get notices that people were on holiday and would respond to us starting on Monday. Monday's a little bit late, so I'm hoping maybe Thursday we'll be able to get somebody's attention. I have some phone numbers. I'll start calling people if I have to. I don't want to bug people on their holidays.
Yeah. Is there
Go
any
ahead.
update on the H3H3 case yet?
Microsoft killed the Microsoft band, but also made refunds available to anybody who had actually been using their band, which turned out to be a rather small number of people. So if you were still using it, you could have opted into a refund of some kind or something. But if you weren't using it like I was not using it, then no, you couldn't get a refund. And that was really smart. That was really, really smart. Devin Nunes sued Twitter. That was really stupid on his part. He's not going to win that one. The Choose Your Own Adventure case, we talked about that one. Bandersnatch versus Choose Your Own Adventure. I don't actually remember what happened to that one. We should maybe we should write this down. Like, follow up on all these stories that you covered and then never followed up with again.
Yeah, I'm sure that one's settled, right?
It's probably settled, but what's not settled is the "Oh, the Places You'll Boldly Go" lawsuit. Let's see. We went over. Here's one: the California 10-round magazine ban. We covered that. We wrote it out. We did a really good job getting all the details as best as we could, and it only got 14,000 views in a year.
And people got very heated in the comments, if I remember correctly.
There were 673 comments on a 14,000 view video. That's a lot for us. But still 94% likes.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Lawyer caught stealing child. Jehovah's Witnesses. Yes, here's the Jehovah's Witnesses asking Reddit to uncover the identity of someone who had shared basic things of theirs on Reddit. And I believe we're still waiting for a transcript, and we're still waiting for a... the transcript might be available now, might it? It might be. We should check in on that.
We did a live reading of the transcript. Not a live reading. We reenacted.
Oh, that's right.
The transcript.
That's right. We reenacted the transcript. See, this is what happens when you make daily videos. It totally becomes a blur for my brain.
Yeah.
Kim Kardashian is trying to be a lawyer. I did a very snarky video on that where I, gave her mad props for all of that, while also explaining that she's got a very weird perspective on criminals' rights. She likes to try to get people exonerated who are maybe not worthy of exoneration. There was the trademark on Subverse. I forget what happened with that one. We announced Sponsus in April, and that platform has slowly been growing. I don't want to speak for Cerulean, but I'm very excited to hear things are happening there too.
It has over 800 users.
That's amazing. I mean, seriously, our when we started with Patreon, it started very slowly. The first year, we made very little money for an entire year, and then it slowly grew over the next year, and now we're up to where we are. Sponsus will do the same thing, I'm sure. Cerulean is extremely, he's extremely credible and extremely competent. It's just a matter of will other people let him? Will life and will circumstances let it all work out? And I'm happy to say that he's constantly trying to figure out ways around the practical problems of making that platform. Yeah, we really needed to work on some of our thumbnails. Comes now the plaintiff, parents sued over tossed something or other. Doesn't actually draw me in at all. Let's see. This one was, the collection of property. Right. This is where the guy sued over things we can't talk about on YouTube. Right. That's why it was, and here I am criticizing it. It's YouTube that made us do that.
Oh, right. He had some adult-themed things that he claims were an extensive and valuable collection.
Extensive and valuable collection that his parents threw out. Yeah.
Yeah, and they were offended by it, and so threw it all out, and he was suing.
You can see here in the thumbnails, at some point, I figured out, it was right around April, I figured out how to use Photoshop to cut myself out. I don't know if it was, I think it was a Legal Eagle video I saw he had done that, and I was like, how do you do that? And I looked it up, and I was like, oh, that's actually really easy in Photoshop. So we started doing that. It still takes me about half an hour or so to come up with a decent thumbnail, and if I'm really into it, sometimes I'll put a lot more time into it, but it's helped, I think. The Prenda Law copyright trolls got sentenced this year, so Paul Hansmeier and John Steele were sentenced. John Steele had cooperated way more than Paul Hansmeier had, so I think he got a lighter sentence. And I think they're both incarcerated right now. I think John Steele is incarcerated in Pennsylvania. And someone wanted to know if I could do an interview with him. That's not a bad idea, actually. We rebutted the games as a service being fraud. And of course, it feels like it's some kind of fraud, but it's not actual fraud, and here's why, is what we were doing. And so it wasn't actually a very nice video. People didn't like the video. It was 52% upvotes and 48% downvotes. Hey, Matthew East, been loving the content lately. Thank you so much for all the entertaining videos. Thank you. Thank you, Matthew East, for the $10. Really appreciate it. Let's see, there was the judge that was charged with obstruction. I don't think we followed up on that one, but that was obstruction after the judge helped a person had to be in court for something else. Meanwhile, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, was looking for them, and she helped the person escape the courthouse. And you can't do that at some level. Meanwhile, you can't chalk tires anymore in the Sixth Circuit. Chalking tires was where they would come by and mark your tires for later inspection to see if you've moved your car, and if you haven't moved in the prescribed time or proscribed time period, then you get a ticket.
And the argument was that it was like an unlawful search or whatever, like in terms of they were monitoring you before they had reasonable, suspicion of a crime.
You have to suspect a crime first. You can't create the marker for the suspicion of crime later. Like, to put a mark on your car you would need to already have the suspicion. And someone who's properly parked is not creating suspicion. So this just means that they have to use some other tool to monitor your car, just not chalk marks. YouTube started not responding to or rather denying DMCA counter notices this year. We have a theory, a working theory, that YouTube has been indemnified by the music industry. And if you get a copyright claim by the music industry, you might not be allowed to file a counter notice and have YouTube properly follow the counter notice procedure and reinstate the content. That's something that concerned us, but we also weren't able to find a client with a live case who wanted to sue over that. So it never got adjudicated on our end, at least. When we went over the Watchtower oral arguments, that was a fun one. We talked about how my own lawyer got suspended. Donald Russo was suspended for, I thought it was 3 or 5 years or something, because he had been neglecting clients' cases. I also argue that he neglected my case, but because I didn't want to file a grievance, because I don't really know whether that's a good idea, or at the time I didn't. I don't think I have any entitlement to relief. I might check with our new friend Steve Lato, who has offered to start doing collaborations with us, and we had a very good conversation today. He seems like my brother from another mother, if that's an appropriate phrase to use. Jason Jensen, thank you for the $5. Leonard, you are a credit to your profession. Most attorneys seem to want to keep all this secret. I trust Christmas was good. Happy New Year. Yes, guys, I am blessed. Not only am I blessed with your viewership and this channel, I'm blessed with my fiance here in Luxembourg, my wonderful parents in the States who are taking care of my dogs, who built a fence so that my dogs would be safe at their property. We had the incident this year where my dog, Ilsa, had got into a fight with another dog, and because Ilsa is bigger, Ilsa won, and we got charged with harboring a dangerous dog. And you can listen to our podcast, episode 1, by being a Patreon supporter or a Sponsus supporter or a Twitch subscriber. And you should have access to that. It should be pinned in the Discord supporters channel. We'll be doing more podcasts because I really enjoyed doing that. That was an opportunity for me to tell a whole story much longer than I would usually be able to do. We could have released it to YouTube, but it's very personal, and I thought it would be best for our supporters. What we're going to be doing now in the new year, we have just been onboarded with Floatplane. And so Floatplane Media and Luc Lafreniere, I think is how it's pronounced, Lafreniere, have invited us to produce content for Floatplane. And so we'll be making an announcement video about that at some point here, but we're really excited to have another support platform opportunity. It's not just a support platform, it's also a content platform that so far, to us, seems to outperform YouTube on features. and customer experience and stuff. So it's still in well, not the beginning stages. Our relationship with them is still in the beginning stages, but we are very excited. I mean, we made lots of noise when we got off the call with them earlier. We were really happy about that. We are blessed.
Oh yeah, we were talking, and Luke was with us, and Leonard was like, "Oh, I love you so much, but I'm gonna stop fawning over you." And then Luke was like, "All right, oh well, I'll talk to you guys later. You know, have fun with Floatplane. You know, get your stuff set up." And he left. And Leonard was just like, he just screamed. He was like, "Ah!"
Yeah, like a little girl. This total little girl scream. Let's see. We went over the First Amendment in the I Eat Donkey bumper sticker. I had to think about it for a second. I had to remember I was on YouTube. Let's see. There was a lawyer who started her career by forging documents. That sounded like it was fun. Let's see here. We released the Martin Tower demolition video. Got a 13,000 views. That was pretty cool. I actually want to play this video because this was a really cool video. Please don't bring your drones where they don't belong. Just play. I hope it's playing.
Oh my god.
We're standing literally 1 kilometer away. We're some of the closest people to the thing.
Wow. Bye, Felicia. Bye, Martin Tower.
Yeah, and YouTube has decided that it can't handle this right now.
And that video, of course, was promptly stolen and reposted on YouTube.
That is so cool. Oh, that's what it's doing. It's trying to play in 4K. That's what was going on there. Yeah, I was the one saying, "Oh, Schneike's behind it," and then there was some jerk who brought a drone and just screwed it up for everybody. They were fining people who had drones too, so he might have gotten hit with something. I don't know. Georgia was trying to copyright its laws. I'm pretty sure that's failed by now, but I'm not sure what the status of that on appeal is. To scroll. This is a great feature of YouTube. We have to scroll down to go back. And then we started doing daily videos. So let's see. There was a guy arrested for picking up trash. Pepe the Frog went to trial. Judge Lamberth in the DC District Court kicked Strike 3 Holdings, a BitTorrent copyright troll, out of DC. We had the Cat versus Caterpillar, the Cat Coffee Shop, Cat and Cloud Coffee versus Caterpillar. Thought that was absolutely ridiculous. We got to look that one up too. We're going to have to write down all these things and look these up to do follow-up videos in 2020. The mugshots.com victims, we did a video about that. The Nike versus Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi, excuse me. Yes, I did learn how to pronounce it. Kawhi Leonard. The Nike versus Kawhi Leonard story. We have to follow up on that one. Nike sued all the artifact streamers. I think there's been various settlements or stipulated judgments in those cases. Paul Hansmeier was sentenced to 14 years. He's this Prenda Law copyright troll. Let's see here. Happy New Year from South Africa. And whatever happened with the Louis Rossman case, I don't know. We are still waiting for some kind of ruling or something from the Customs. It was not ICE. It was CBP, Customs and Border Protection, I believe, is who seized the goods. I don't actually know how that ever worked out. We filed all the paperwork, and I don't think I've ever seen the resolution. I don't know if they've just not responded, but it also means that they didn't do anything else. But
I
no, it
think we
was
were
not.
told that it would take like 6 months
Yeah,
for a
and it's been like a
response.
year and
Yeah.
a few months. But the government was also shut down during that time because that was last year, and I have just absolutely no idea what is going on with all of that. So maybe we'll follow up with council at some point. But you know, the more if I speak to the attorney for that, does that then run up Louis Rossman's bill? So I don't know. Let's see. We talked about the Texas photographer who sued the University of Houston for a copyright taking, and we thought that they got that wrong. But the reason he was doing it was because you weren't allowed to sue for copyright because the states don't recognize the Copyright Remedy Act or whatever. So that's complicated, and we talked about that in another video as well. I released my one wheel video that I really enjoyed making. That was a real fun one for me, and that got 6,000 views. I don't know why it didn't get more.
If anyone is wondering, he's still obsessed with his one wheel. Like that obsession never went away. It's just
I love that
Oh,
thing
yeah.
so much. I want to get one over here in Luxembourg. It feels like surfing on land, and I love riding motorcycles, but I'm gonna die on a motorcycle, so maybe a one wheel is more appropriate for me. Let's see. Alex Jones does all sorts of stupid things, and so we reported on some of the stupid things he said.
I think there's a recent story where he's been ordered to pay like 100K
Yep.
in.
He was
I
ordered to
think
pay
there was attorney fees, but it
$100,000 to the
could be
Sandy
different.
Hook victims' lawyers. Yeah. Well, Sandy Hook victims for their attorney's fees, I guess. Let's see. Natasha, what's her face? Natasha Tynes? I forget. Natasha Tynes had the snack on the subway, and or wanted the snack on the subway, and didn't like that the subway, the conductor or attendant or somebody was eating, and that blew up. And I didn't think that was fair for her because it blew up a little bit more than what had actually happened. But there was the out of control officer William Dukes. That was a good one. We had the interview with Joey Johnson. Joey Johnson was the First Amendment activist who burns the American flag. Appropriate or not, it's a right within free speech. So I very snarkily, everybody who would say in the comments like, oh, you can't burn the flag. And I'm like, why are you against free speech? Why are you against the First Amendment? It's just like a little bit of a jerk way of coming back at it. Then Joey Johnson contacted us and we did an extended interview with him.
And then wasn't it like the next day he got arrested? At the
Arrested,
White
yeah.
House?
Yep, he got arrested at the White House. And I believe he's going to be fighting that. I don't have any further follow-up there. Maybe we'll follow up in time for this July 4th. There was the FNU versus FIU trademark. That's a really dumb thing to fight over, I think. We talked about the Snopes slap lawsuit, and actually I forgot about this, but Snopes contacted us, and they would be happy to talk to us more, so we should take advantage of that. Hey, staff, why don't we make a note? I don't mean like one of you should like take notes. I just mean like make a note that we should do this offline and write down all these stories that we forgot to follow up on. Let's see. The entire DOJ bailed on Which case? I forget. They bailed on the census case, and the judge denied them their withdrawal motion. So I called them chickens.
Oh, yeah, when you had, they thought the case was going in one direction, and they're like, okay, we're not going to have the question, it's fine. And then, like, Trump tweeted something, and then the judge pulls them in, like, right during the holidays, and is like, I know some of you are on vacation, but guess what? You know, the commander in chief just said what you told me was BS. So let's hear what's going on.
QA Library says Louis Rossman has paid a whole bunch of money. I don't know. I'm not allowed to talk about the money.
That, I believe, was in reference to Alex Jones. And because he's being ordered to pay attorney's fees, but they have not yet been to trial.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to talk about the money with Louis Rossman, but I can confirm that I don't know anything about no $200,000. Like that. No, we did that. We charged a much smaller fee than that, and I don't think he's had to pay anything extra to anybody yet. I think we did the transaction, filed the paperwork, and everything from there. But no, I'm not. I've been expressly told not to discuss the money. So I can tell you that it's not that. That's all I'm going to say. Let's see. Trump can't block people on Twitter. Lots of people had trouble understanding. I don't mean you, but I just mean lots of incidental viewers seem to have trouble understanding the difference between Trump using Twitter in a certain way and Twitter doing things. Like, they're two separate things that have to be analyzed separately, and this was not a matter of Twitter needing to be an open public forum or something. This was a matter of Trump's account was being used by Trump as a public forum. So we then started covering Richard Leibowitz, the copyright troll. We had heard of him before, but he had never made our radar, and I had never had the confidence to start ripping apart other attorneys. I never liked that, but it started to get to me that I take my ethical responsibilities very seriously, and some other attorneys don't, and that bothered the heck out of me, and I just needed to start talking about it, and it seems to have been a popular thing for our channel.
People love smackdowns.
Yep. So John Steele was sentenced to 5 years. Paul Hansmeier was sentenced to 14. So that's a difference in cooperation. You cooperate, you get 5 years. You don't cooperate, you get 14. We were floored by Gigi Hadid winning her copyright claim, but it was won on weird grounds. I believe she said something about them not having registered their copyright in time or correctly or timely or whatever under the new Fourth Estate Public Benefit Corporation case rules, and so that got it dismissed. Let's see, we started covering Amro El-Ansari and the RuneScape lawsuits. I have news for you. We have been contacted by Amro El-Ansari, and we will be covering that. He apparently has filed another lawsuit, and we'll see what's in it. And we might as well see what's in it together.
He has challenged us to find a defect in his filings. That was the wording in the email. Yep. It says I have filed 2 new lawsuits, and I challenge you to find any defects in my filings.
Let's see. We covered the Equifax settlement, which turned out to be a pretty much sham of a settlement. And we did get called out on this in the comments. Some people did notice that the wording of the settlement let it susceptible to abuse, and that everybody couldn't get $125 unless they had credit monitoring services that they paid for, and then everybody signed up for it anyway. It wasn't like we got them to sign up for it, but definitely, we were maybe not 100% clear either on whether people would actually get $125. But everybody signed up for it, and now everyone's going to get like 23 cents. That's a joke, but it is going to be something very low. Tulsi Gabbard made a really weird First Amendment lawsuit saying that Google was censoring her ability to participate on Google, and that is some kind of First Amendment violation or something. And it's not that I don't understand and also agree that it's terrible for Google to be able to do certain things. For example, three of our tweets got shadow banned for no reason. Just me explaining the Univision lawsuit in polite language got somehow moderated. Am I allowed to reveal this part about what we found, Brandon? I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to go. I won't go into too much detail, but looking into the Twitter API, we were able to find hallmarks of moderation. We were able to find indicators that the tweets were actively moderated by Twitter, and that would usually mean by human intervention, and we're really not sure why, because they weren't that kind of tweet. Like, I wasn't saying anything offensive. I wasn't saying anything harassing. I was addressing a public corporation. I wasn't doxing anyone. I wasn't saying any bad language. I certainly wasn't saying anything, that would offend a protected class, because I don't want to use certain words on YouTube, right? So no, it was just me saying, hey, I've got a copyright claim, or rather your copyright claim is false, and I'm going to come after you for it. So we're working on that. Let's see. Robocalls might be gone. I think the law was, I don't know if the law was passed, but I think the first part was passed. Oh, and then there was the IVF case. That was really interesting, where the children were they belonged to the wrong parents. And the person got children from a different set of parents, and I believe the children were removed from their custody.
Yeah, so she became pregnant through IVF with twins, and one of them belonged to another couple, and then the other one belonged to another couple. So, which is very weird. And then she was suing the IVF center for putting two unrelated eggs in her, and of course the babies went with their genetic parents.
Yeah. We're going to be following up on that. It might have been a private settlement or something. So we also got our Katy Perry video copyright claimed, and we're still thinking about whether we really want to sue over that. It would be fun, but we have other lawsuits like the Univision one, which is a much bigger, not necessarily monetary claim, but a much bigger rights claim, because they didn't immediately release it, and it's over public domain material, as opposed to a content ID claim where we at least we did use the content and we understand why it would have gotten claimed in the Katy Perry case, and they released it immediately, and then YouTube changed the policy so that 5-second clips don't get claimed. So it's not so bad. It's maybe worth pursuing a little bit to find out what happened, but it's at the danger of that fee shifting. So if I'm wrong about not the copyright claim, but if at some point I do something wrong in the case or something, then I'm exposed to liability for their attorney's fees, and that can add up real quick, because those are going to be real big attorney's fees on the music industry side. So it's just maybe the Univision case is worth pursuing more, because more people were affected by that than Katy Perry claiming something and then... And it's not Katy Perry herself, of course, but her representation claiming our video and then immediately releasing it. And YouTube escrows the money, so it's not even really money damages in Katy Perry's case. The Univision one's the same way. They're escrowing the funds, but they also haven't released the claim, and we believe the material's in the public domain. So that's an even bigger issue, I think. Let's see, we had this is where I learned that... alliteration or assonance doesn't necessarily make for a great title. I called it Piercing Parma Police Parody Page Protected. And you know what? I don't know if anybody can tell what the video's about when I title it like that.
Alliteration is good, but it has to make sense as well, right?
Yeah, it can't just be cool alliteration. It has to be catchy as a title.
Yeah, I've had a couple of good ones, but you come up with most of the titles, I would say. and then we kind of tweak them after you come up with it.
What's really funny though is whenever I give you a video to do all by yourself, somehow it's a really good video, and I'm not sure why. Like, I know that you're a good editor, and I know that you're you know, but I always have this like thing, like I know my video is better than Brandon, and I'm gonna be able to do a better job than Brandon. And why is that video that he did getting so many more views?
So for those of you who don't know, the video that we released yesterday is, I'm not exaggerating, literally the best video we've released in about a year and a half.
And it was released by Brandon entirely. Like, I did the thumbnail, but and so let me take credit because of a good thumbnail and it's a good subject matter. But Brandon did the video all by himself. Like, I usually do a secondary edit to like add my own things and to check his edit. Not because his edits always need to be checked, but rather everybody's edits needs to be checked. My edits need to be checked. Even when I'm doing a video where I'm the only editor, I still watch the video like at least twice. Sometimes it's on 2x speed. But I always watch it twice to catch all those little things that I might miss that might make the video a little bit better. Like adding in visuals, adding in better transitions, cutting out ancillary material. Sometimes I'll go off on a tangent, and then on watching the video I realize a tangent doesn't really add that much. And so why waste your time with a stupid tangent that really doesn't add much? I'll just cut it out. Once in a while, I get on my soapbox and I start preaching, and it's like, yeah, this sounds like I'm preaching, and people really aren't going to appreciate being preached to. Instead, give them the facts and let them decide for themselves. They're intelligent people. And if there's somebody who disagrees with us, we'll disagree on the facts instead of disagreeing on the conclusions. And we can also disagree on the conclusions, but we'll at least know that we started from common facts. So I really appreciate that. Let's see. We have to start moving along here. This is where we started doing daily videos, and I only have a few minutes left because Kaylee, I have promised Kaylee that I will be done by 11:30, and that's only 6 minutes from now.
Yes.
So I mean, so here's what's going on. I am on Luxembourg time, and it is New Year's Eve, of course. So this isn't meant to be a countdown to Luxembourg New Year's Eve Central European time. This is meant to be a Lawful Masses video, for you to watch whenever you feel like it on New Year's Eve or after. So I didn't feel like we needed to do like a countdown to midnight or something. Instead, I'm going to have my countdown to midnight privately with my fiance. There was the vape parody that got shut down. MoviePass got sued for fraud, or at least said something about having changed people's passwords so they would be limited in getting at their account. And then, of course, MoviePass declared bankruptcy, right? Let's see. I said that I had downloaded something on G2A before and immediately got roasted in the comments. Oh, this is one of my not, well, I don't know if it's proudest or not proudest. Pride. This is one of the strangest moments this year on YouTube. We made a video about YouTube getting sued for discrimination against the LGBTQ plus community by demonetizing their videos and stuff, and it got demonetized. Basically, to us, confirming, at least in the one-step sense, confirming that the LGBTQ discrimination is true.
Also, that was the video where you shared kind of for the first time in a VOD that you were bisexual. So like a lot of people saw that as well as a coming out video too.
Yeah, this was also a coming out video. I don't want to get into it for too long, but I kept my sexuality hid for a long time because I was basically raised lightly homophobic. And it was hard for me to imagine a world where I could tell people how I felt. And so here we are. Copyright Troll sued itself. That was a funny one. I kind of forget how that happened, but you can go back and watch. The YouTube sued the DMCA swatter. There was a DMCA claimant who was making false claims to get identities, and so they sued them to get that over with. A U.S. Attorney's Office was held in contempt. We really need to move along here. How about we start doing this by views? Let's see. Law student fired in front of classmates. Wasn't that one of yours, Brandon? Didn't you do that edit? And there's 33,000 views on it.
Yes.
It was so heartbreaking. Oh,
was.
that one had me in the gut. Like just
Yeah.
oh.
That's a boss that just went overboard. Kim Davis being held personally responsible was pretty important. She's the one who denied marriage licenses when everyone was allowed to marry. These are much better ways of phrasing it. I do not like the idea of it being heterosexual marriage and homosexual marriage. It's just marriage. Let's see. The attorney that was arrested for defending protesters. Robert Mail says, Happy New Year's, joining after picking up a repaired van. Any update on Univision? No update on Univision. They have not released a claim as far as I can tell. So if it happened really recently. It hasn't happened since I checked last a few hours ago. Let's see. There was a change to the Steam agreement, and we used that as a chance to talk about Epic and Steam, and that was very popular. Ariana Grande sued a lookalike for trademark infringement. We'll have to keep an eye on that one. Chris Dominic, thanks for the $2. Stoked to hear you're getting on Floatplane. Yeah, we are stoked too. That is really cool. I don't want to reveal.
This is the most excited I've been.
I don't want to reveal too much. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to speak over you, Brandon. Go ahead.
No, that was it. This is the most excited I've been in so long.
Although, like for the next 3 months, I'm gonna call it Floatboat because for some reason, like I want it's Floatboat in my head.
Let's see. We have 4 months.
Plane.
Sorry, we have 4 months of videos to go through in about 2 minutes. Let's see. Billy Mitchell's King of Kong. He fights back. I don't know what the outcome of that one is. We'll have to do a follow-up on that. That was a really popular one. The Area 51 invaders. That was a good edit and got 25,000 views. This one. So here's another one. Brandon did the edit and Kurt told the story. I wasn't even involved. 170,000 views.
And I know you only have 2 minutes, but I messed up that release. I did it wrong the first time. The audio was all out of sync. I had to delete the first video and repost it 4 hours later, and it still got that many views.
Yep. The sovereign citizen trapped in jail, send help, got 57,000 views. But see, I did that edit, I think. I don't remember, though. Thunderfoot's Zero Breeze video got claimed, and so I called it Zero Brains on Fair Use, got 33,000 views. That's nice. Match.com fraud, 40,000 views. Okay. These are good long-term videos. Copyright troll, $518,000 in attorney's fees. Holy mackerel! I don't even remember that one. Oh, the FD. That was right. That was the floor plan copyright. I forgot about that one. Let's see what else. Sovereign citizen gets lawyered. Edward Thomas Kennedy is always popular. Yeah. The Mercedes one got 7,000 views. I just don't understand sometimes. It's totally understandable, but I mean, I don't understand. It's totally understandable. Great, Leonard. Great. I mean, on one hand, it's understandable that not every video is going to get 1 million views. On the other hand, I don't understand sometimes why something I'm super interested in gets no views.
Like all of our Star Trek videos this year.
The Star Trek videos, the Places You'll Boldly Go videos are not that popular, even though I'm gung-ho for that book. Like, I am like, could I buy like a copy of I'll just not tell anybody? Like, South Carolina Forgot About Poor People, 18,000 views. Lawyer reacts to YouTube's terms of service, 23,000 views. Sanctioned judges, 25,000 views. I think this is really coming down to how you present the stories. I mean, duh, but I mean, like the distinctions between good thumbnails and just act the good underlying story, and then being able to convey that to the audience. Sovereign Citizen files notice of something or other. Oh yeah, that was all rights reserved pursuant to UCC 1308, right? Something like that. Leibowitz can't stop lying. Judge Kavanaugh signals a coup, talking about how administrative law might have to be overturned and it would basically undo half the government. Michigan stands up to Nestle. That was a really popular one. Michigan needs to stand up to Nestle. They've got lots of water problems. And these are going to be less views because these are recent videos, but there was the Todd C. Bank was thrown out of court, but then very quickly after that, Christopher Hook showed up, and everybody forgot about Todd C. Bank, and he was probably really happy about that, because then Christopher Hook really got himself in hot water. Let's see, what are the other popular ones so far? The Hook audio was really popular. The Roundup Attorney was popular. The Elderwood trademark has been popular, and we are raising money for Chris Taylor to fight that, and hopefully we'll be able to fight that. And then the Univision claim has been very popular, 45,000 views, and we're willing to help people who got that kind of claim as well. Robert Scott, thank you for the $10. When you do a late night recording, I sometimes wish you'd make a Lawful Masses After Dark logo with some slow jazz. Love the show. Happy New Year.
I am so in on a Lawful Masses After Dark, and I still think at some point I want to do a series with you about how adult entertainment has affected copyright law in the US. That's my dream.
All right, thank you, Sally Lloyd, for the follow. Smash the like button, says David Wilson. So yeah, only 8 days left. We can ask for more time, but it's all going to be on Trademark Council because it's not. I'm not prepared to do that. So we'll figure it out. Don't worry. Sometimes things do get done at the last minute, but it's not me doing it at the last minute. I'm trying to find stuff. It's just we're at the holidays. So a judge, or rather the USPTO or the TTAB, should understand that it was the holidays, that we had the 30 days over. So I don't see any problem getting it, but again, we'll have to talk to Trademark Council. Anyway, I'm running overtime, so let me thank our December supporters on patreon.com/LJFrench and sponsus.org/law. At the $50 level, thank you to Aspernari, John Steele, Gavin Barnard, Evie, Kyle Mudrock, Michael Pierce, Spirit Bear, Jan Negre, Daniel Perez, Snorri Wizatsky, Blackleaf, Joe Tyson, Benjamin Hightoff, Stephen, Rumble in the Bunghole, and Cute Grills in your area. You will get listed one more time in tomorrow's video because none of those supporters get processed until the first of the month, so it's not really that fair if you don't get the first of the month and then you get cut off. So everybody gets the first of the month as well, and then the new supporters will be in on the 2nd of January. So let's see here. Is there any other business before we close for the year?
I will admit, I am Rumble in the Bunghole.
I'll admit that I knew it since day one. It revealed your email addresses even though it wasn't supposed to. So I knew exactly who it was. You and Dog.
I say that is a very well spent $50. To hear you say it over and over again for a month, I am so happy. It brings joy.
I just hope you've not
to my
started
heart
a trend.
every time I make you say
I don't know,
it.
a trend of people giving me money to say funny things.
Yeah. All right. Here, let me. I know you have to go. I know, but guys, if you want funny names, just don't make. We're not gonna swear, right?
Oh,
we're not
yeah,
gonna
and if somebody
be...
made an inappropriate name, I'd contact them and be like, I can't say that name. What do you want me to say?
Yeah. That's the important thing.
All right. So thank you for joining me. Let's see if I can do this right here. I'm not going to make a 3-minute outro here, so we're going to take it to the last few seconds here. It's just like, you know, a little bit of music to take it out. So thank you for joining me, everybody. We had a great year thanks to you, and I really appreciate you. I love you all. We're absolutely blessed because of you. Look forward to seeing you in 2020. I'm Leonard French, your favorite copyright attorney. Have a good one.